You don't want to hear my murder show. Ah! No, I'm kidding. Very intense letters. Okay, I'm back. I have not been feeling snatched. Last year I looked like this, and now I look a little bit like this. And that's okay. Again, due to life circumstances, I've been getting sober and dealing with depression and getting on the right medication and switching up my meds and finding a job that's, you know, steady. And all of these things are like transitional in life, but they're also stressors, and that's super chill. But I'm kind of done with making excuses rather than solutions. I just want to like get this going. Summer's around the corner. Summer's practically here if you live in LA, and I just want to feel comfortable in my body again. Like last year I was like, oh, like the amount of like mass I gained on my backside. I was that girl. Like I was that girl. I hope I'm in focus. And so I know I can do this because I've done this before. I started lifting in 2019, and I've been lifting for about 5.5 to 6 years now, and it's been a whole journey of like up and downs. I started off super skinny like this, and over time I built like periods of muscle mass, and I'll pop them in the screen. I just wanted to start vlogging this or documenting this in like any type of way for me, because I realize when I'm doing this with a partner, I'm a lot more accountable for my actions. You know, I need a babysitter, somebody's watching me, and that's okay. Like adults need babysitters too. I am not a people person, but as like I fix my mental health, I'm starting to love building community. And I thought this would be fun to get snatched together, because when the motivation runs out, there's discipline, and then we can come back to each other for discipline, you know what I'm saying? We can be like a little accountability family. I wanted to do like weekly or bi-weekly updates of the Get Snatched series. We'll see how it works. Just so I can be accountable, you can be accountable, we can be accountable. And so I went grocery shopping earlier, and I'm gonna meal prep later tonight after I go out. I'm sorry I didn't film me grocery shopping. I was very overwhelmed. I forgot my camera again. I'm just getting used to bringing my camera everywhere. It's a lot. But I will show you little snippets of what I am meal prepping this week, and like what snacks I like to snack on while I'm trying to cut down in a calorie deficit. But I wanted to share with you like 8 tips on how I got from this to this, and then kind of back to this. It's just a good reminder to me as we start on like this getting snatched for summer journey. So let's get into it. First, number 1, you have to be in a calorie deficit. This means you're eating a little bit less than your maintenance calories. I'm 5'9", and I currently weigh like 205 pounds, which is due to the gaining of muscle mass but also the gaining of weight. So my maintenance calories are about 2,500 calories. So for me to see really good results within like the next 60-70 days, I'm gonna bump that down to 2,100 calories. I'm letting you know this is hard for me. I like to eat, but we're just gonna try to eat whole foods that taste good, that replicate things I like to eat, like In-N-Out smash burgers or poke bowls or sushi bakes. We're gonna get into shit like that. Number 2, again going back to the accountability family. I was training my sister last year when I got snatched, and again I was having an accountability partner. This year I don't have anyone, so just having someone like a friend, a sister, your parents, someone that will keep you accountable for your journey is super great and definitely a helpful tip. They can also, like, if you live with this person, you can kind of be like, hey, let's not keep this, that, and the third in the house, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't have the urge or even like the reach to get the snackies that you like, that has been my downfall. Number 3, your protein intake should match your relative body weight per pound. So every gram of protein that you eat should equal a pound in your diet. If you weigh 178 pounds, you should be eating 178 grams of protein. When I'm in a calorie deficit, this is really important because I don't want to lose the muscle mass that I just tried and actually put on for the last 3 years. Just having your protein intake higher than your carbohydrate intake or your fats intake is really important when you're trying to get snatched. Number 4, this has been my downfall. Eating lean whole foods. I'm talking about lean meats, chicken, tofu, eggs, fish, non-starchy vegetables, broccoli, spinach, asparagus, green beans, things like that. And then complex carbs, your brown rice, your oatmeal, your sweet potatoes. Just eating foods that have only one ingredient in it and then combining them. Eating foods that have only one ingredient in it and then combining them is my trick to eating whole foods that taste good, because then when you combine all the foods that only have one ingredient, you can kind of make something that tastes good. This week I'm making smash burgers. I love a good burger, but I'm only using fresh ingredients. Like, I'm making the patties myself. I'm not adding a whole bunch of cheese. I'm making the sriracha mayo myself, just so you know what's in your food so you're not guessing. Then you have a lot more control over what goes into your body as well. The next thing is showing up to the gym more consistently. I've been showing up to the gym, and I realized when I ordered some Fashion Nova pants that were my size that I could barely jump into my pants and they did not fit, so I no longer need to build any more muscle mass on the back side. I'm good. I was so comfortable in my bulk mode because I could kind of eat, my maintenance calories are in a calorie surplus, that I would, now that I'm trying to lean out, it is so hard for me to even think like eating in a caloric deficit, because my body is in this transition mode from, you know, meds, not drinking, and being in a calorie surplus for so long. When I'm putting it in a deficit, it's like, what the heck is happening? Showing up to the gym consistently. When I was cut like that, I was going about 5 times a week. I was not incorporating as much cardio, but I had different goals then. Now that I want to look snatched, look a little bit more lean, my calorie deficit plus cardio, I'm going to hit about 3 to 5 times per week with weight training involved and incorporated. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, just showing up consistently for yourself. Again, discipline is when motivation fails. You just have to kind of show up regardless of how you feel. Like, kind of F how you feel. Like, that's not going to get you snatched, period. And I have to tell myself that all the time. Next is meal prepping. Meal prepping prevents snacking on things, that are just not going to help you get towards your goals. Prepping snacks, fruit, nuts. I love to do yogurt bowls, other things. And I'll show you guys like in a video or two if you guys want that. But prepping so you can just grab and go. Grab and go, so that you don't have to like second guess. Things are already measured out. You're just in control of, again, what's going in your body. The last thing that I keep saying is motivation versus discipline. Motivation, it comes and goes. You see a girl in her bikini and you're like, I want to look like that on Instagram. And discipline is digging that pattern of behavior when you don't want to go to the gym at 5 in the morning. When you're tired of doing the Stairmaster all week, it's getting on the Stairmaster again. For the last couple of months, my motivation has been lacking, and my discipline really needs to come into play this time with my weight loss journey. So I just want to be honest and be candid on here. Also, I'm doing the 75-day hard. This is day 1. I'm having a hard time. Okay, I'm hungry. I want a cookie. I've really been letting myself eat whatever the heck for the last like 4 to 6 months, and so this is just gonna be a way for me to track progress and, you know, make sure another way to make sure I'm accountable through my journey of losing about 15 pounds. So we shall see how this works. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. I have no doubt in my mind it's gonna work. I'm just gonna have to stick to it, and I have you guys to yell at me, please. Now, just to remind me, like, what the end goal is. I live with 8 different girls, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the video. I will see you later. Bye!